everyone, and welcome to the One Stop Co-op Shop. This is Colin, and today we are going to revisit Robinson Crusoe. Yeah, the last scenario that we played of this, well, I played I think in January, was a little bit of a walk in the park. So this time, I'm going to pull out Volcano Island. I've heard this one is a super good challenge, and we're probably going to lose. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to be playing with 4 characters like I normally do. I am playing solo with 4. I know you can play with just 1, but I find I get the best experience playing with all 4 characters. I'm also not going to do a full setup video because I already have one of those from my last play, so I'll just link it in the description below. But I'll show you the couple things that are different specific for this scenario, and then we can jump in. We have Volcano Island. You are a treasure hunter trying to explore ancient temples in a deep jungle. You will be exploring this volcanic island in search of new places to sack. Escape with as many treasures as you can before the volcano destroys everything. Did we mention that your jolly boat is gone? Yes, you will need to build a new one if you want to leave this island alive. We're going to start the game with the knife and the shovel item turned to their item side face up. You start on tile number 10 in the space marked with an X. Ignore its totem and discovery icon, so we don't get the discovery icon or the totem that we could explore. Place island tile number 8, the volcano side up. This volcano is inaccessible. So you can see here, the volcano's here. We're starting on tile number 10. We're going to be exploring around the volcano, which is really kind of cool. Our goal for the scenario is, according to the table to the right, you must explore a certain number of tiles. Then you must build the jolly boat and take the you have to take the explore action on a certain number of totem icons. So since I'm playing with 4, I have to explore 8 tiles, and I need to dig into 4 of the totems, and you'll see how this works in a second. Our special rules here is we have to place a -1 worker on the explore action. It stays there until the end of the game, meaning that you have to use 1 additional pawn for every explore action. That's exploring new tiles, and that's going to be the action of exploring those totems, which are essentially ancient shrines or whatnot. This was really confusing to me when I first read this, but it's explained in the new rulebook really well. You can treat the wool that you get, or hides, as wood while building the shelter, roof, or palisade. Now, I don't know why it says building the shelter, and I'll show you that in a second, why I'm saying that. But essentially what this means is that in place of wood, I can use fur if I'd like, or the hides. So, and I'll show you how that works, but it's really just making it easier for you to build because you already have so much stuff you need to do. And then from the fourth round on, lava from the volcano makes some of the tiles inaccessible. The tiles are destroyed following the sequence shown on the map above. At the beginning of the appropriate round before the event phase, turn any of the tiles that are depicted on the spaces face down. If your camp is on that tile, you all die a horrible death. So after 3 rounds, we're going to need to move our camp off of this tile because at that point, this tile will get covered in lava. We'll flip it over. Then at the beginning of round 5, these 2 will. At the beginning of round 6, these 2 will. At the beginning of round 7, this one will. And at the beginning of round 8, these 2 will. So we're going to need to escape essentially from over here. And yes, we have 8 rounds to do this. We have a volcanic ash effect whenever the book is revealed from event cards. We'll see that as we play. We have a rope ladder, which when we build this, we can get a green worker that can be only used for searching those temples. And then this is the jolly boat. Now, this has been confirmed in the FAQ. Tons of people have asked about this too. You do the build action before you do the explore. So that means I need to ensure I've explored everything by round 7. So round 8, I can build the jolly boat and immediately win. Since I have to explore all 4 of the totems, I can do them in any order that I want. Even if I, let's say, reveal 2 different totems, it doesn't mean that the first totem that I revealed is number 1. The first one that I explore, I have to resolve this number 1. The second one I explore will be 2, 3, and 4, and so on. Now, you guys tell me if I'm wrong, but here in the rules, it specifically states the camp token is placed on tile 10, camp side up. That means I already have a shelter. So I don't know why I would have to build a shelter. I already have one. So I'm going to play that way because I feel like this scenario is challenging enough to not have to also try and build the shelter. But let me know if I'm wrong. But I mean, it's right there. I got to be right. Our 2 random starting items we have are biscuits and pistols. I'm going to go ahead and use the biscuits right away because those are non-perishable goods. So I'll put those bread items directly into our available items. And really, this pistol I can use when we do any sort of hunting. It'll temporarily increase our weapon by 3 to hopefully help us defeat beasts. Here we have all of our inventions. Now you can see we start with the shovel and the knife ready, and this has also been confirmed with the knife. Since you have it ready, your weapon is already at level 1, because whenever you build the knife, your level increases by 1. Here we have our starting tile set up. I've got all of my events set up. 4 book, 4 of the question mark ones shuffled together. Everyone suggested the last time I played to grab from the bottoms. I'm going to do that going forward. And I'm going to play in the order of Carpenter first, followed by the Cook, followed by the Explorer, followed by the Soldier. So that's going to be the order. I'm not going to show you guys the character sheets. They haven't changed since the last time. You'll see in the setup video all the details, and you'll see them as we're playing. So with that, I think we're just ready to jump in. Let's go ahead and start. For our first round, we can skip the event phase and the morale phase. Our event phase, we don't draw a new event. We just have our food crates, just like normal. I decided to pick the same starting event like normal. And our morale, we start at 0, so that's not going to change. We can move right into the production phase. Our production on this tile is 1 wood and 1 glorious food. Because this is production, we can put them directly in our available area here. So right now we have 3 food available to us and 1 wood. Next, we'll move into the action phase, and that's where we can decide where we want to put all of our workers. Based upon the scenario, we know exploring is going to be super important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the Explorer and the Soldier both use 2 pawns to explore. Now, normally, when you use 2 pawns to do an action like this, it's guaranteed. You don't have to roll dice. But we have that -1 worker sitting here for all explore actions for the entire game. So I'm going to have to roll dice to guarantee or to see if I have succeeded in exploring those 2 locations. The Cook is always hungry. So he's going to go ahead and go to the expedition for food. He's going to go dig through those food crates. And since we're spending 2 workers here, he'll get 1 perishable good and 1 non-perishable good. This will ensure that we have enough food to survive the night. Our Carpenter is the only one that's going to split his actions today. He's going to start off with building this map. So you can see here we just need a river to be able to build a map. Thematically, I don't really know what that means. Maybe he's going to go on a boat and just survey the area. And hopefully, if he succeeds, because he's only using 1 of his workers, if he succeeds, we'll have a green explorer worker that we can use every round. Super helpful. You can use that to support people. I think that's why they have you start with a tile that is in the river, so you can build that as soon as possible, because of course exploring is going to be a challenge. The final thing I always try and do as much as possible right at the beginning is increase our morale. So I'm going to go ahead and have him clean up camp for the other part of his action, so that way we can push morale up. Since we're playing at 4-player, it's 1 or the other. If you're playing with less than 4, actually, I don't know if it's 2 or 3. I know for 2-player, you actually would get both, but in 4-player, you have to put this card here. It's 1 or the other. We've now all placed our workers, and the best part about this game is you just follow the board here from left to right for activations. So we're going to start off with the food crates. We know what that is. We're just going to take our workers back. We're going to gain 1 non-perishable food and 1 perishable food. Perishable food at the end of the turn will go bad if we don't use it. Non-perishable we can keep from round to round. That's why this card is awesome. We also will discard this card because it's been resolved. Technically, all of us are doing our actions simultaneously, so what that means is we're going to put our food up here in the not yet available space, but at the end of the action phase, we'll move everything that's up here down to here, because that means that we can use them after the action phase. So for an example, if we built that map, someone can't use that the same turn that we build it, that type of thing. Our next step we need to resolve is seeing if we can build that map. If you play this game with any consistency, you will learn to hate and love these dice. It's such a great mechanic, but I absolutely hate the dice. So this one will tell us if we get a wound or not. We're really hoping we roll a miss on this one. This one tells us if we have an adventure or not. You really want to have that be a blank too, because usually adventures are bad. This one will tell you if you succeed or not. Now on all the dice, except for the build one, it's a 5 out of 6 chance that you'll succeed. With the build one, it's 4 out of 6. Now when you do fail, you will, instead of getting nothing, you'll get 2 determination tokens, which then you can use to activate your abilities, or potentially, like for the Carpenter, he can use it to build things more efficiently. Let's see what we get. We're hoping for a yes at least. Okay, we got all 3. Remember how I said I didn't want these? Yeah, that happened anyways. So I usually resolve the wound first, followed by the adventure, and then followed by the success. That 1 wound, we'll just move our track down by 1, Anytime you go past one of these spots on his wound track or on any of their wound tracks, you will push morale down by 1. That's the whole reason why I wanted to push morale up at the beginning of the game, because you're going to find that that's going to get pushed back very quickly. Next, we'll resolve our adventure. So we'll draw this top card and read it. A lot of times these cards have a top and bottom effect. The bottom effect will happen if it gets shuffled into the event deck. So I usually try and cover them so I don't know what they are. We have In a Hurry. And yeah, if you play this with multiple players, you can just have someone that's not the active player look at the card and read it to them. You get careless in your haste. That doesn't sound like our carpenter. Decide, discard this card or draw 2 discovery tokens and shuffle this into the event deck. Yeah, shuffling that into the event deck, those discovery tokens can be amazing. I have all the discovery tokens over here. Let's go ahead and draw 2 of them. This one will give us more perishable food, and this one will give us, as long as we have our weapon level at 1 or higher, we can get this, which is pretty awesome. This revised rulebook is absolutely great. It goes through every single one of the discovery tokens and helps you make sure you understand how they work. So this one, this larva one, at the end of the action phase, we're going to have to take that as perishable food, and if we don't use it before the end of the round, it's gone. Okay, but this one, this is a goat. We can keep that goat as long as we want in the available actions area, and that food will not go bad because, well, the goat doesn't go bad. But when we decide to, butcher the goat and use it for the fur or hide and food, then that food will go into the available actions area or available resources. And then if we don't use it at the end of that round, then it gets discarded. So cool. It's really nice when they have additional information on how these things work. I'll place both of these up here in our future resources area. And then we most certainly did succeed at building the map. So I'll go ahead and flip this over. And now, in the future rounds, we will have a green pawn that we can use to assist us in exploring. What I've seen many people do is actually take that card and put it up here in the future resources area so you don't accidentally think you have it for future actions in this round. And then after this round, I'll just put it back onto the board where it was before so that we know that we have it going forward. Now for our exploring. Let's go ahead and do the Explorer first. We're going to roll the 3 green dice for this. And we have a success with no adventure and no wounds. That is awesome. Way to go, Explorer. That means we get to place our first island tile. And remember, we have to explore 8 of them. So this is number 1 out of 8. Bummer. There's none of those totems there. And it's a river one, so we didn't find any new type of environment. But we do get 3 discovery tokens, and we found a beast here. With that, we'll grab a beast card and put it onto our board, and we can go hunting if we'd like. We also can grab 3 discovery tokens. We'll grab these 3. Let's see what they are. This first one, that's a scenario specific. We'll have to look to see what that is. This one is a treasure, and this one is a brown worker to help us with a build. Nice. Well, the explorer did great. Let's see what our soldier can do. We'll give our dice a roll, and we get 1 of everything. Yeah, our soldier is not great at exploring, but heck, she did find what she needed. It just hurt a little bit, and she did have an adventure. She'll also move 1 up on her wound track. Let's draw her green adventure card. There's something in the air. This island is full of danger. Something bad is going to happen. Put the green question mark on the Explore action space and shuffle this card into the event deck. What this means is the next time someone does an Explore action, which you know is going to happen a jillion times, we have to have an adventure. So, oh well. We were successful at scouting out the area, and we have, we have our first totem that we could potentially explore, and we get another discovery token. Let's go ahead and grab this one. That's going to be another brown worker. Wow. We are going to be able to build stuff great the next round. And this location has both food and wood, and it's a mountain location. That means if we wanted to, we could build a fire to be able to push up our palisade. Last to go will be the carpenter. He's simply going to push up the morale by 1. He's cleaning up camp. Everyone's happy with him. Everyone's feeling pretty good right now. They're all thinking about the National Treasure movie and thinking, oh yeah, they're going to get rich with whatever they find here. That'll end the action phase. Then what we can do is put all of this stuff down here into the available resources space. I believe one of these, this one we have to resolve right now. I'm going to convert that one into 2 perishable food. And then we never looked this one up, so let's look that up quick. Ah, it looks like we found an old map, and my guess is that our carpenter used that, quote unquote, to be able to build his own map. Pretty cool. Essentially, the ability is when during a special explore action, draw one fewer mystery card. You'll understand that when we do that, probably next round. We move into that weather phase, and right now it's sunny, no problem. We don't have any weather to deal with. Starting in round 4, that will not be the case. Finally, we'll move to the night phase. Players can move camp, and we're definitely going to do that. And then each player must discard 1 food or get 2 wounds. We are underneath a shelter, and then we'll have to discard all non-perishable food, but we get to keep any of the bread that we have, and then we'll go ahead and start the next round. I think it makes sense to move camp over to here because it'll be easier for us to explore. At least here, this is going to be hard to explore, and we can explore our own tile to check out that ancient ruin. There's 4 of us at camp in the mountains there, so we're all going to have to eat 1 food. I have 4 perishable food. That worked out really well. I can keep my 3 non-perishable. That means I only need 1 food for tomorrow to be okay. And I think I'm going to go ahead and resolve this treasure one as well. I get to draw from the mystery cards until I find a treasure. I find this mystery deck to be quite interesting. I love how he put 3 things into 1. I wasn't really sure why, but it does work really well for this. Hey, we found another map, a treasure map. You can't believe your eyes when you find it. There really were pirates on this island. Keep this card. You can use it once. Take an explore action on this card using 2 pawns to draw 2 mystery cards. Only resolve 2 treasures. Discard after use. I mean, that's good, but it's also bad because explore actions are terrible, and we're already going to be trying to do a ton of those. So, yeah, we're finding all these maps, but I was hoping for some food. I want something practical. Come on. But if I think about it, we're treasure hunters, so that probably makes us really happy that we found a treasure map. We'll move to round 2. Yeah, time is going to tick real fast. I'm going to take everyone's advice, and I'm going to grab from the bottom of the deck. Oh, boy, I have my green one right away. We have Cursed Island. Every time you go into the woods, something bad happens. Put the green question mark on the explore action space. Beautiful. It's already there. Take that, Cursed Island. You can't double curse us. Yay for small favors. Let's see. Okay, the next one's just a regular event card. Okay, and this is pretty hilarious. Do you see this question mark? We should be putting the question mark token onto the green adventure deck. It's already there. A sunny beach. Beautiful. It's a beautiful morning, and you wake up. You're in a great mood. You slept well. That's wonderful. A suspiciously quiet morning. You can spend 2 workers here, and then each player gets 1 determination. Oh, that's pretty good, but 2 workers, that's a lot. The cook is our first player, and since our morale is at 1, we've got a sunny day. We all found a treasure map. We built a map. We did all this map stuff. Oh yeah, we found the old map as well. We're going to go ahead and gain 1 determination. We're feeling pretty good about ourselves. Production in these beautiful mountains will be 1 perishable food and 1 wood. And if you look here in our available resource area, we actually have enough food to survive for the next round, and no one will take wounds. I'm going to determine what we're going to do for actions, and let's do them. We're going to have the explorer go ahead and explore a new tile. We're going to have the cook here go ahead and explore that totem using that additional green token we have, green worker. We're also going to have him try and gather some wood. The soldier is going to do what she does best, go hunting. And just so you know, this does require 2 tokens or 2 workers here, so that's why she had to spend both of her workers to do that. The carpenter is going to use 1 wood and then also use 1 of the 2 free workers that we have that we can use in future rounds, but this is only a one-time use. We're going to have to remove that. The map is not. We get that for the rest of the game. This one is just from that discovery, one of the discovery tokens we found. So he's going to guarantee build the dam so that we can get 2 more non-perishable goods. And then finally, he's so good at cleaning up the camp, everyone told him he has to do it again. We'll start off with our soldier. Let's see what animal we are going to encounter. Oh, only an alligator. The fight value is 6. Wow. And we have to decrease our weapon by 2. Our weapon's only at 1. So right now she's taking 5 wounds. But we will get 3 food. And regardless, we will get the 3 food. I was okay doing this purely because I had the pistol. I wasn't thinking it was going to be a 6, though. Holy moly. We're going to use 1 of those to give us a temporary increase on our weapon of +3. So it's a 4 to a 6. So our soldier will just take 2 wounds from that alligator, probably chopping at her arm. That's going to put her close to getting to a -1 morale. Let's hope we don't get there. We'll put those 3 perishable food up top here. And our weapon level is definitely at a 0. We can now guarantee this build. We don't have to have an adventure. We don't have to roll dice because we use 2 workers. We'll flip this over and gain ourselves 2 more of these non-perishable food. And that will be awesome. That will mean we have 5 non-perishable food at the end of this action phase. We then will resolve our gather. Our gather is for wood. We only used 1 worker for that. And I do also want to mention you cannot gather from the tile that you're on, your camp tile is on, because that's essentially what you do when you have that production phase. So that's why I can only put him at an adjacent tile. And I only used 1 worker, not 2, so we have to roll the gather dice. Of all the dice in the game, the gather dice are usually the nicest. Yeah, perfect. I have a success with nothing on the other 2, so I'll just put this 1 wood in the future resource space. Let's move on to exploring. We'll go ahead and do this explore first. We're going to have to roll, but don't forget, we have this on here, so we're already guaranteed to have an adventure. Let's see what we get. Oh, we failed. Are you serious? We're going to fail. We're going to have an adventure. Oh, it was brutal. We will get 2 determination tokens, though. Well, we may have failed at exploring, but we did find some bamboo. You found a few bamboo sticks in the woods. Either discard this card or get 2 wood and shuffle this into the event deck. Yeah, I want the 2 wood. Why would you not want the 2 wood? I'll deal with the event later. Let's grab 2 more wood. That means we're going to be able to build a roof the next round. So I will take that, please. Well, apparently our explorer can't find anything worth beans except for some bamboo sticks. Let's go ahead and try and explore this totem. You can do better, Cook, right? You can do better. Yeah, we're going to have a success, but we do have an adventure. As our cook was walking into that ancient shrine with his map, he ran into a thorny bush, and he gets a scratch. We have to put one of these tokens on his arm and shuffle this into the event deck. That is not good. You know something bad's going to happen if that shows up. We have found a small temple, so we can take an explore action to draw 3 mystery cards and resolve all types. Special rule, you must draw and resolve all 3 cards. The only exception to that is if you draw a card that says to stop drawing, then you immediately stop. But otherwise, we have to resolve whatever we see. Now, I could use that old map, but I think I'm going to use it later on when we're drawing more cards. As we know, there's good stuff like treasure maps in here, and there's traps like this. Confused. You feel a strange smell, and you feel a strange smell, and you feel dizzy. I don't know how you feel a strange smell. We won't go there. Put a reroll a success on your character sheet. Next round, you must reroll 1 success result. Ugh. So that's one of these tokens. That means it'll be good for him to go gathering again because it's one of the most likely to have a success. If you take an action with 2, you must roll the success die. Discard this at the end of the next round. Okay, that's his first one. That wasn't terrible. Could have been worse. Our second one, we have a snake. Okay, a snake twists around your leg and crushes your bones. That sounds wonderful. Take 2 wounds. I'll do that in a second. We'll go over there. Let's see our third one. Oh, we have a gorilla. Okay, a gorilla jumps out of the darkness. It hits you and knocks you down and then runs into the woods. Get 2 wounds. Oh, and then shuffle this into the event deck. Don't look at the bottom. I probably have assumed that you have at this point. I didn't. This is going to be great. Well, we started out nice and healthy at the beginning of the day. Then we got attacked by snakes. Then we got attacked by a gorilla. And unfortunately, we're going to push the morale down by 1 because we went past this marker. We're not too happy that we got hammered so much. That'll put us down to a 0, which is a bit of a bummer. The last thing we're going to do is resolve our carpenter, and he's going to push that right back up to 1. So it's still good. But not anybody is happy when your cook is injured. They get pissed off. Everyone gets pissed off. This will end our action phase. We'll push all of this down into here. We'll move to the weather phase. Still no weather effects. Night phase, we just all need to eat 1 piece of food. We still have a shelter, and I'm not going to move. I'm going to stay where I am. So I'll use all 4 of this food to eat. So we should all be good for that. Yeah, I think we're just ready to start the next round already. With that, we're already moving to round 3. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to get all this done. I do want to mention that we get to place a 1 here to denote that that was our first one, that our first ancient shrine that we looked at. We need to find 3 more. Okay, so now let's go to the next round. Let's draw the bottom card. Okay, it's just a regular event card. Well, we had a sunny beach last time. Now we're having some heavy rain. And you can see here it's a question mark that's brown. That means we're going to have to place the brown question mark on the build adventure deck. And the next time we do a build action, we're going to have an adventure. Also, heavy clouds have covered the sky and the weather is not helping you. We have to put a one rainy cloud into the weather space, so now we're going to have to deal with rain. Rain is so annoying. What happens with rain is we have to compare all the clouds that we have in the weather space and compare it to our roof level. For every amount of clouds that we have over our roof, we have to discard one food and one wood. For each missing food or wood, we're going to have to take one wound each player. Yeah, it can get really bad. So if we didn't have one food, that's 4 wounds spread across the team. And if we don't have enough wood, that's 4 wounds spread across the team. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be building a roof this round. Our first player is the Explorer, and the nice thing is she's still going to gain 1 morale, because overall our morale is okay, even though we see some clouds coming. Now our Explorer, she has a total of 3 determination. You can see it here. I'm going to go ahead and use 2 of them for the reconnaissance finally. Back to the wilds again. Discard 2 to draw 3 island tiles from the stack. Look at them and choose one. Shuffle the other 2 into the stack and place the chosen one on top of the stack. That can help us find what we want. So let's go ahead and discard these 2. Let's look at the top 3 tiles. We want to find a plains location because we need to build the rope. We also want to find another one with a totem. Yeah, lots of things that we want. We want lots of things. Okay, this one does not have a totem. It's mountains. I really don't want that one. This one, okay, this one's plains, but does not have a totem. It does have a beast, so I'll put that in the maybe. And this one, okay, this is hills. It does have a totem. It has 2 resources, but it's hills. You know, I think I'm going to go this one just because then we can move here next round and we'll have 2 places we can explore, and we can explore here. Yeah, we're going to put this one on top and take these 2 and shuffle them back in. During that production phase, we'll gain 1 wood and 1 food as normal. And now let's go ahead and decide our actions. For this action phase, I'll have the carpenter try and gather a little bit of wood. He'll be spending half his time doing that. The other half, he's going to be building the roof. We're going to have the explorer with the map try and explore this area. She's saying, I'm going to actually do it this time. Now, I decided I've got this treasure map. It's going to give me 2 treasure cards, so let's do it. Now, normally you only have to put 2 pawns here, but I'm assuming since it specifically states it's an explore action, and I have a -1 worker for explore, I have to put 3 on there. I think that's right. If it's not, whatever. It's making it a little bit harder. We know that right now the cook has that reroll for any successes, so I'm just going to do this because I don't have to worry about any sort of success that I need, and it's only for 1 round that we have that. Also, if I didn't get rid of one of these 2 events, the negative effect on this one would happen next time, which each player would have to discard 1 morale token. And if you can't discard a morale token, you take a wound, of course. So this cost us 2 workers. We're going to place them here. And then finally, just so you see, we're using 4 wood. We're using our carpenter and our other building worker that we got. We only had 1 more, but that way he can guarantee the build. He will have to still have an adventure, though. Let's go ahead and start resolving. First thing we do is this one. Each player gains 1 morale token. Next, we'll guarantee build our roof, so it's at level 1. That means we can handle that 1 cloud that we saw on the horizon. Rain on us all you want. Don't forget, though, this was a one-time use worker, so now it's out of the game. And, of course, we still have to have our adventure. Well, I can look at this one. We have a broken tool. If possible, turn 1 item face up to the invention side and cancel its effect. That actually, although that sounds bad, that might actually be good. I could do that to the dam even, and then I could get food back, but no, I don't want to have to pay wood. Instead, I could do that to the knife, and then I can just build this next time and increase our weapon by 1. Ha! Take that. We broke our knife. Let's build a new one. Next, our carpenter is going to fidget around and try and find a little bit of wood over here on this island tile. It certainly is not his expertise for gathering, but let's see how he does. Great. He still finds some wood. I'm really hoping this treasure map was worth it. I used 3 workers on this. This could be really bad. Okay, spiderwebs, we don't have to deal with that. We have a beast, we don't have to deal with that. Oh my gosh, look at all these bad things. Collapse. Okay, we have an amulet of the portal of a beautiful lady. Gives you hope in a moment of despair. Cover 2 on character sheets, so that's morale going down. 2 on 1 character and 1 on 2 with blacks. Covered makes no effect. That is sweet. That's actually super awesome. Okay, we'll do that in a second. We get to do another one. Oh, poisonous spores. Okay, we have. What is it with the amulets? We found 2 amulets. The protective amulet. The Mysterious Legacy of a Tribal Shaman. Keep this card. You can use it once to remove any token or marker from an island tile or space. Discard after use. Oh, we could even get rid of some of the ash, I think, with that. That'll be cool. We all know that the cook is a little bit of a wimp, so let's go ahead and block this one for him, so that way when he gets there, inevitably, he will not push our morale down. Our soldier is also pretty close to her first morale one, so we'll also cover that one. Sweet. Finally, let's go ahead and check this area out. Come on, Explorer, you can do it this time. Beautiful, just a success. And you know what's great? We know exactly what we're going to find. I love these tiles' art. Look at this. So this will be a great place we can move our camp. We have a totem. We also will get one discovery token. What we're going to find is, what is this? An old machete. So we can increase our weapon by 1. Sweet. And with that, that should end our action phase this round. These two will become available. Let's go ahead and just use this right away. We'll push up our weapon to 1 with that. And then I'm just going to discard this so I don't forget. It's technically at the end of the round for the cook, but we aren't going to be rolling dice for him anymore anyways. Now, though, we have to resolve weather. In our weather space, we have 1 rain cloud, and our roof is now at a level 1, so we are fine. Beautiful. But next round, we're going to start rolling this die. We'll move to that night phase. We'll move our camp over to here. Beautiful. That'll help us explore. And let's eat some yummy food. I kind of feel bad, but I think it's time to slaughter the goat. We're going to get a hide and another food for that. Then we'll have the 2 regular perishable food and 2 non-perishable food. That means that as long as we have our production, we should still have enough food for the next round. We'll move ourselves to round 4. Our soldier will become our first player. Let's take a look at our event deck. We'll grab the bottom card. It's still just an event card. We have Howling from the Winds. The roar you heard during the night promises trouble. This is so thematic. We had rain clouds and now we've got storms. Draw 3 beast cards from the beast deck. Choose the one with the greatest strength and put it on top of the hunting deck. The nice thing, though, with this is that we are going to get a beast that we can hunt. So we're grabbing from the beast deck, and we're going to put it into the hunting space so we can hunt it. And look at that bear. That's definitely going to be the one. That will give us hide, though. 5 food. It'll hurt our weapon by 1, but we need a 6. We're at a 1 now. I've got my gun to make myself 4, so we take 2 wounds to take him on. I might actually just do that just for the food. Now, this is our first event card with a book icon, so let's go ahead and read what that means. The volcano is starting to spew some ash. Uh-oh. Put 2 on 2 different island space tiles, these white discs, 1 per disc per tile. These are ash markers, and no space tile can have more than 1 of these. Ash markers on island spaces count as -1 explorer. Ash markers may be placed on inaccessible places, except for the volcano. I have to place these in 2 different spots. I'll place one here and here. Great. We'll move to that morale phase. Our soldier will gain 1 morale. Even with all those storm clouds, we're still feeling pretty good. We're going to generate 1 food and 1 wood because of our tile that we're on, which is great because that gives us 3 wood, and we'll have definitely enough food for the next round. Now let's go ahead and decide our actions. Before I show you what actions we're going to take, I almost forgot. It's round 4, you guys. This volcano has started to erupt. This location has now become inaccessible. If our camp had been in that tile, we would have lost the game right there. Next round, these 2 are going to go away. The round following, these 2 are going to go away. Yeah, we're going to run out of time super fast, so we'll see what we can do. I'm going to go ahead and have the soldier here. She's going to explore the second exploration that we need for totems, and we're going to have both the explorer and the map, and the explorer and the cook go ahead and explore these locations. I really don't want to deal with another rain cloud, so I'm going to have my carpenter come here to resolve this. We're going to prepare for that rain. And then let's go ahead and build that knife. Let's go ahead and resolve our actions. We'll start with this one. We'll discard this card and gain 1 determination. That will be our carpenter's second determination. We're then going to try for that build, and we succeeded. We had an adventure, and we wounded ourselves. You most certainly can cut yourself while making a knife. I will give him that. We have construction. You take a break to strengthen the camp with vegetation. When it overgrows with grass, it'll be even stronger. Shuffle this into the event deck. That actually sounds kind of good. We'll build our knife, and that will push our weapon level up to 2. Now let's go ahead and explore. Let's start off with our soldier. She's going to try and explore that second totem. Let's see what she gets. Oh my gosh, just a success. Amazing. We found a ruined village. We must draw and resolve all 4 cards we draw from the mystery deck. As we explore the ruined city, we find a hammock. Keep this card. Starting next round, whenever a player rests, they get 1 determination in addition to the usual +1 health. Cannot be combined with the bed item. Well, that's kind of awesome. We found something good. That's card number 1. Oh, card number 2 is spiders. We're going to have to discard both of our determination. We do have 2, so we have those, but they crawl up our legs. Ooh, I can just feel it. Number 3, we have crocs. You find an old basket with some clay pots in it. Build the pot invention for free without using an action. Sweet. Okay, that's number 3. Number 4, we found blankets. 3 treasures, you guys. Half eaten by rats, but still usable. Keep this card. Each use allows you to ignore 1 of the snow cloud ones during the weather phase. Discard when all 3 blankets have been used. Wow, that was epic. I love that village. I was actually thinking about building the pot, so this is awesome. I don't even have to do that. Our soldier apparently should really be an explorer. Maybe she's an explorer disguised as a soldier. Let's go ahead and do this explore action with our explorer. Our explorer will roll 3 dice. She succeeds, gets a wound, and has an adventure. Yeah, not as good as a soldier. However, that is her first wound, so she's okay. I have legitimately never had this game be this nice to me. We found a surprising discovery. You found a skeleton in the jungle and it's holding a pistol. Keep this card. You can use it once to temporarily give you +3 attack, discard after use. So now she has her own pistol as well as us having 1 more shot left in our other pistol. Let's see what tile she finds. Bummer. This one does not have one of the tome locations. But it does give us one of these. Oh, I'll have to figure out what that is. That's a specific one for the scenario. And we do get another beast. I'll put that into the hunting deck. And now that means I have to shuffle the hunting deck, so I won't know which one we're going to find. Also, unfortunately, this one is a mountain space. We already have mountains. We need to find plains. So let's see if let's have the Explorer be the main one here. Whenever you do 2 different ones, you can do that. You have to choose a main one because they'll take the wounds, but they can also use their determination. And she has 2 determination, which she can use to re-roll a green die. So let's go ahead and have her resolve this one. Baby needs some lucky shoes. Okay, 1 of everything again. I really shouldn't complain. That still means it's a success. The whole area is wasted after a massive fire. Cover 1 source on the tile you are exploring with a black token. It is exhausted. If exploration was not successful, then put that on that space. When you do explore it later, it'll have only 1 resource. Come on, be a plains tile, be a plains tile. No, it's another mountain. How can there be that many mountain tiles? Oh my goodness. And it doesn't even have food, but it will have another discovery, and it has a totem. And of course, we'll get yet another beast card, so I'll grab that. We have 3 beasts now that we can hunt. And let's go ahead and look at what we have here. We have, oh, sweet. We have these large leaves, so this can cancel 1 rain cloud. That'll end our actions this round. We'll push these both up. This one will just let us negate a monster that we may find when we are revealing cards when we are doing that special explore action. Let's now go ahead and move to the weather phase. During the weather phase, this time we're going to have to roll this orange die, and we get 1 rain cloud. We need to compare the amount of clouds that we have, which is just 1, to our roof. Our roof is at 1. We're good to go. Then, during that night phase, we're going to each eat 1 of these food, and we've eaten up all of the non-perishable food. Ouch. I was assuming that I was going to be able to get 5 food next round, but now I've got 3 beasts, so it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to work. I don't think I'm going to move my camp. It should be okay for at least 1 more round. After that, then it's going to get piled up in lava, so I'm going to have to move. But I definitely want the food and the wood from there. That means, though, we're going to move to round 5, and if we look here, 2 tiles are now going to be destroyed forever. The lava is going to come spilling out, and now both of these tiles are inaccessible. We're going to have our first player move over to the carpenter, and let's go ahead and draw our next card for our event. Isn't it? Oh, wow, we've been lucky. This will be just a regular event card. We have another book, so I'm going to put Ash. Night howling. All night, long and terrifying howls are coming from deep within the jungle. This means that we're going to have an additional damage when we attack anything in the hunting deck. Great. Fortunately for us, the ash is not going to be a real problem. We can just simply place it here. And now I'm discovering the issue of having my camp here. It's going to be hard for us to explore, but I'm going to have to do it. We will move to the morale phase. Our carpenter will gain 1 determination because we're still at 1 for morale. And finally, we'll produce 1 food and 1 wood from this tile. Yeah, I need 3 more food for sure, and I really need to explore. Let's see what we're going to do. Well, this is going to be an interesting round. I need to explore over here because if I don't, I will not be able to have explored 8 tiles. I've explored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 would be my 8 right here. So I need to explore here, but at the beginning of the next round, round 6, that tile's going to be destroyed. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use that explorer's ability where I can spend 2 to get that reconnaissance. And I'm going to look at the top 3 tiles and I'm going to pick one that does not have one of the totems on it, hopefully, because that way it won't get destroyed. So let's go ahead and look. I mean, we only have 4 tiles. So we'll grab these. Okay, this one doesn't have a totem. That one does, and this one doesn't. Let's go ahead and grab this one just because it gives me the most amount of discovery tokens. And then I'll shuffle these 2 with the one that's remaining. But that means we know that that tile will be okay. All right, that's good. So you can see here I'm actually sending the carpenter out here with the map. I'm having to use 3 workers because I am 2 spaces away from my camp tile. I'm also going to have my soldier here explore the totem. This will be our 3rd out of our 4th totem. And then we're going to have our cook here do the beast hunting because our weapon level is at 2, so we can do that one. And then we're going to have our explorer who has that extra pistol. She's going to be the one that's hunting with the cook trying to support her essentially. Remember, they're going to have +1 to their total attack. So let's start resolving. We'll simply resolve this one. Our weapon is already at 2. That doesn't decrease our weapon. We just had to make sure that our weapon was at 2 or higher in order to do this, and he'll gain 1 determination. Let's then go ahead and take a look at this beast. Come on, be a good beast. Well, hey, what do you know? We have some goats. We already killed a goat from before. Let's go ahead and kill another one, shall we? We'll use our surprising discovery to add +3 to our 2 that we already have, so that's 5. That's greater than the 4. No wounds we need to take. I'm going to have to push down our weapon down to 1, but we'll gain 3 beautiful food and 1 of the hides that will go into the future resource area. And I'm realizing he should have been a 5, but that's actually okay with our 3 plus our 2. We were at a 5 as well. We'll push down our weapon level down to 1. Let's now go ahead and have our soldier do the explore action. And she succeeded, not nearly as well as the last time. She will take a wound and have an adventure. The wound is definitely not a problem considering we don't have to worry about this morale drop. And it looks like we have a storm on the horizon. A storm is fast approaching the island. Shuffle into the event deck. This 3rd totem is what we call a hidden cave. This time we're going to have to draw 4 mystery cards. Let's see what we find. I highly doubt we're going to be as lucky as we were last time. Well, that starts great. Old clothes, a little smelly, but they still work. Keep this card. From now on, 1 snow cloud is considered actually a rain cloud. Wow, she is amazing. That's number 1. Number 2, blunt spear. She's going to take 2 wounds. I'll just put her down right now. She doesn't hit a morale track. No problem. Number 3, spider webs. So we got hit by spiders before. Now we've got spider webs. A spider web crawls into your sleeve and bites you. Get 1 wound. If you don't have the cure, we don't. Get 1 wound during the night phase of each round. Keep this card as a reminder. I'm going to push her for the wound right now so I don't forget. I'll show her what she is at in a second. And yeah, that's going to stink. And then I think we have one more. We have the antique rapier. Apparently, this island has been visited before. You start to wonder if this weapon belonged to a soldier or a pirate. Well, it's probably that pirate that made the treasure, the treasure map. So it will increase our weapon by 2. Just so you can see, she is 2 away from hitting her next morale hit and only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 health from dying. Remember, if any of our characters die, we lose the game. That was number 3. Beautiful. We only have 1 more we need to find, and then we need to have enough wood so we can build a boat and escape. And enough time for all of that. I don't know if that's going to happen. Let's go ahead and explore here with our carpenter. Let's see what we get. We get 1 of everything. That seems to be the most common occurrence whenever you are adventuring. Well, apparently he's seen the same storm that our soldier did. It's going to rain. Dark rainy clouds are gathering above the island. Shuffle this into the event deck. Be that as it may, we do know what tile we're going to find. We're also going to find another beast that we could potentially hunt. We are going to have 3 more wonderful discovery tokens. So this one, oh, that's a scenario specific. This one, we've got, oh, if we have the pot, we can make the cure. Why didn't we have that last time? Oh, and we have another treasure. We have so much stuff over here, it's ridiculous. I will go ahead and push all of this down to here. Let's go ahead and quickly resolve this treasure. And let's go ahead, because we do have the pot, we can flip over our medicine. That's nice, at least. I will totally take that. We get to draw cards till we find a treasure. We don't have to deal with bats. Oh, a hatchet. Put a +1 on the tile with your camp. From now on, during the production phase of each round, you get +1 wood, as long as there is wood on the tile. Ooh, cool. We'll then move to that weather phase. We'll roll up that orange die, and it would be good if I could actually roll it on camera. Oh, that is 2 clouds. Seems like to me it's as good a time as any to go ahead and use our large leaves to push that down to just 1 cloud so we don't have to deal with losing food and wood, because that would be absolutely terrible. Moving to that night phase, we are going to move our camp. I'm going to move to here though, because this tile will not get discarded till round 8. This one will get discarded in round 7, and so that way I can stay here for 2 rounds. I'm also going to be able to collect wood, because here we don't have anything. So at least we can collect 2 wood even if we don't collect any food. Now, whenever you move your camp, you have your roof and your palisade get divided in half, rounded down. That's how much you lose of that. So for an example, if I had a level 2 roof, I would have to decrease my roof by 1 because I have to lose some of it by taking it down and putting it back up. But it's always rounded down. So since my roof is only at level 1, 1 divided by 2 is 0.5, rounded down to 0, so I actually will keep my roof, and I have not done anything with a palisade, so I don't have to worry about that. We'll move ourselves to round 6, and you guys, I realized, looking at this, I already cheated. I was supposed to use an additional explorer to be able to explore the location number 3 and location number 4. So because I missed it for location number 3 and trying to retcon that, I have no idea what I would do. I'm just going to say for this one, I need 2 additional workers to explore that final one. It's going to be brutal. Let's see if we can do it. But that way I'm trying to catch us up. We've moved our first player to the cook. Let's go ahead and draw our bottom card. Oh no, what is it? Oh, it's the bamboo. The bamboo breaks, and without construction, it collapses. -1 roof and -1, or I should say -1 palisade. Well, it's just our roof. So our roof goes down to 0. Our bottom one here, gosh darn, what is this one? Oh wait, this is the good one. We have the grass and bushes make the palisade stronger. +1 palisade if you have a shelter, which we do. We're going to have to draw another card. Okay, good. It's just a regular event. And we have, of course, it has to be green. So the next adventure that we do, it's going to have an adventure. Well, you know, I should say next exploration action that we do will have an adventure. We have Predator in the vicinity. They found your camp. Nights will be hard from now on. We have to put the red beast die into the weather space, and we have to resolve that. Of course, we could chase off the Predator. If we chase off the Predator, we can just put 1 worker there, and our weapon is at a level 3, so that's okay. But we're going to have to deal with this for, I think it's just for 1 round. Our morale is still at 1, so that means the cook will gain 1 more morale. He actually has 4. That's kind of a lot. We'll gain 2 wood this round for production, but let's not forget, both of these get turned over as inaccessible. And I don't know if this is right, but I'm pretty sure that that means we don't have the planes anymore, so I still can't build that rope. Next round, this tile will be gone, and then the following round, these 2 tiles are going to be gone. Let's see what in the world we can do. I'm looking at this card for the spiderweb. I actually think I don't have to have the soldier take that one wound. It says if you don't have the medicine, well, we now have the medicine. So I think she does not lose that additional wound. I was just about to catch us up on that. I don't think we have to do that. Let me know if you think I'm wrong. Before we jump into doing our actions, I totally forgot to show you guys that we had 4 food from last round that we would have been able to eat. That's why no one else took additional wounds. I was all worried about my soldier. I forgot about that, so sorry. But I have no food for this round. I absolutely need to explore both of these tiles for this round. So I've got 2 here because it's next to my camp tile and 3 here. I'm going to make the explorer being the main one doing the action for both of them. I've got my carpenter up here. He's got 3 wood and 1 of the wool. So that way he can still build there. We can assume that that's wood. You don't have to have the 4 wood or 3 wool. You can kind of convert it just to make it so that I still have 2 wood left here so I can build that jolly boat in 2 rounds. I'm also going to use his handyman ability. This is a very basic construction. It won't even take a day to build. We're going to discard 3 of his determination. You can see that here, and we get a brown worker that he can use to support him for this turn. So I'm going to guarantee a build on the roof since we lost our roof this turn. And finally, our soldier is going to go hunting. And I really have to hope that we're going to get enough food here. Let's see. Oh no, we're only going to get 2 food because it's birds. That's going to be half the food that we need. We definitely have a weapon higher than 1, and it doesn't even hurt our weapon, but only 2 food out of the 4. I mean, really? That's all you could find were some birds? Oh well. 3 wood, 1 wool or hide, 3 determination tokens. Both of these, guaranteed build. We have built our level 1 roof. The only thing left for us is our explorers. Let's do this one first, followed by this one. This first explorer, no matter what, we're going to have an adventure. And why the heck not? We're going to also wound ourselves. We can take that, right? We can take it. Oh boy, we have a tiger. You find a tiger and hide. If you go back to the camp, it will track you. Decide. Discard this card and execute the night phase outside the camp or shuffle into the event deck. So if I decide to execute my night phase outside of the camp, I'm going to take a total of 3 wounds. 1, because I will not be in shelter, and 2, because I have no food. I don't have any food with me. If I had gathered food or found food, granted, I might find food with a discovery token. Oh, that's tempting, actually. And we only have 2 food. You know, maybe I'm going to discard it. I'm going to discard it and hang out during the night, not at camp. I don't want that tiger coming there. Maybe I'll find something useful there, some sort of food. Well, I found a beast. Woohoo. There's another plains one, by the way. Oh, dang, I just revealed that. Let me grab a different one. Okay, shuffle these up quick. All right, let's grab this one. This will go into the hunting deck. I don't get to see it. I also get 2 discovery tokens, though. 1, oh my gosh, I got another goat. That's perfect. I've got food. And then this one, I don't know what that is, but I will have both of those. That will be with the explorer because she is executing her phase outside of the camp area. Let's now do the next explore. Oh, great. We don't take a wound this time, but we do still have an adventure. Well, we found some wild berries. You've eaten some strange berries that you found in the woods. You were so hungry that you ate more than you should. Probably because we're going to be spending the night out there hiding from this tiger that's probably sitting right in front of our face. We're going, oh man, we're so hungry. We have to put one of these wound tokens onto our belly and then shuffle into the event deck. This does mean we have now explored our 8th tile, and this one has the tome on it. Okay, good. And we have another discovery token. Oh, this one is larva. Beautiful. We have 2 more food that we can use for ourselves that we don't get to bring back and help the team. And it's going to go bad. Bummer. But the nice thing is we've got plains and we know where we're going to explore. Beautiful. That'll end our action phase. We'll move our 2 food into the available resources. Remember, the explorer is sitting out in the middle of nowhere. She's nowhere to be seen. So it's only the cook, the carpenter, and the soldier here. We'll move to that weather phase. Let's go ahead and roll our dice up. Okay, we have 2 rain clouds. Oh, bummer, we only have 1 roof. Do I have something to slow that down? No, of course I don't, which is terrible. Now, the one thing that is really interesting with this is the explorer, because she is not there. She's not affected by the weather dice. She's sleeping out in the open sky. Apparently it's raining on her, but she's okay. Don't fully understand that one, but it is what it is. So we have 1 extra rain cloud than what we have for our roof. That means we have to spend 1 food and 1 wood to stay warm. That means we only have 1 food for this round instead of 2. This one here says that we have our palisade take 1 point of damage. Fortunately, our palisade is at 1, so we'll just go to 0. If it was at 0, we'd all take 1 wound, except for the explorer. I'll take that though, that's not bad. Then during the night phase, we're definitely going to move ourselves over here, so it's easier for us to get here, and because that tile's going to disappear at the beginning of the next round, and these ones around after. Now is where it gets to be a little bit fun. For our night phase, our explorer is sleeping out in the middle of nowhere, so she'll take 1 wound. She has no shelter. She does have her larva. Unfortunately, she can't save this food, but she can eat that food, so she's fine. She'll have this goat and this additional item. We'll be able to put those into the current resource spaces at the beginning of the next turn. I'm then going to have the carpenter here eat this 1 food. They're all fine because they're all in a shelter, so we don't have to worry about that 1 wound for the shelter. But the carpenter will eat this 1 food so that he doesn't take a wound for not eating, or 2 wounds for not eating. The other 2 will. The soldier will take the 2 wounds, but the cook has an ability that he can discard 3. It's called stone soup. He can discard 3 determination and say, nah, I'll just eat some stone soup. I'm good. So that way he won't decrease by 2 for his health. I like it. That means, though, we're going to move to round 7. So we need to explore for sure in this round 7, and then round 8, we want to build the jolly boat. Our first player will now move to the explorer. Funny enough, she comes back to camp in the morning. Oh no. And what do we have? Nausea. Okay, you feel terrible and you won't be able to work hard today. The character with the wound on their belly, which of course is the explorer, only will have 1 available action token this round. So I'm going to have to discard this one for this round. And we're going to have to draw another one. Oh, that was great. Let's see. Oh, the next one is another bad one. Let's see. Oh, heavy rain. Put the rain, we got, yeah, let's see. Put the rain on the weather space. So we know we're going to have 1 rain cloud. And we're going to keep going. Because I haven't drawn a lot of these. Oh, we have another one. We have storm. Great. Put the storm on the weather space as well. So we're going to have heavy rain and a storm. This means if we don't have our palisade up by 1, we're all going to take a wound. You know, I was thinking we were doing pretty well. Oh yeah, it's going to keep going. We have this one. Oh, the gorilla in the camp. It says, it was probably following you. -2 to your weapon. I'll do that once we are done with all of this. And we'll draw another card. And finally, we have an event. We have an event. And this one, our gather. The next time we do a gather action, we will have to have an adventure. When was the last time I gathered? The ocean is in a bad mood today. Ha! We only have 1 of those. We don't have to place another one of those tokens. So we already have a storm coming. We know it. Pushing our weapon down to a 1 really stinks though, especially because you're going to see what's going to happen here. We have 2 event cards here, and I didn't take care of either one. So when this one comes in, this one's going to get pushed off. And it says, draw the top card of the hunting deck and fight the beast. Oh, I'm hoping it's not bad. And we're going to fight a, what is that, Kamios? That has 5 for its attack. Our weapon level is 1. So someone's going to have to take 4 wounds. Oh, we've got our pistol left. Let's definitely use our last bit of our pistol. We'll add +3, so we're now at 4. That means someone's going to take 1 wound. We're going to push our weapon down to 0. But we get 3 food and 2 fur. That means with the goat that the explorer brought back, we're going to have 4 food for the next round, which will be perfect because the 8th round we're not going to have to eat. We're going to jump onto that boat and disappear. Our explorer will gain 1 morale. I'm going to have the, the carpenter take 1 point of damage. So he'll be 1 away from a morale drop, but we're still okay. No one has had a morale drop, which is kind of insane. I, of course, should have flipped this tile for the 7th round because that's where we're at. And then we will produce 2 wood. That's it. Before we resolve the action phase, I'm going to go ahead and use this goat. And I'm going to get 1 more wool so I can use that to help build this palisade and the 4th piece of food. So I don't have to worry about food this round, thank goodness. Of course, that's assuming I don't have any problems with rain clouds. But I've got the 4 wool here. Actually, I can build that with only 3. So I actually can just do it with the 3. And then I'm going to use both of these to guarantee that build for the palisade. The cook is going to take all day to build that rope because we need that rope for our boat. And because of my boo-boo from last round, I'm using 4 workers here, and I'm still going to have to roll dice. Normally, that would be a guaranteed, even in this scenario. That's not going to be guaranteed for me because I'm trying to catch myself up from last round. So with that, let's go ahead and resolve. We'll resolve by having a rope. Thank you, Cook. We'll get our palisade up here by 1 so we can deal with that storm. Okay, then we're going to go and explore. It's all up to this roll. If we can't make this roll, there's no way we can win. We did it, but we do have a wound and an adventure. It's only a flesh wound. We can see here we found an underground temple. We need to draw and resolve 5 mystery cards. I am going to use our old map that we have here to subtract that by 1. I also have a diary, which I can use to cancel a trap, and I have a torch that I can use to cancel a monster. Feeling pretty good. 4 of these. 1 monster. Well, that's bats. The bats aren't that bad. Discard 1 or get 1 wound. I've got 1 determination. Let's just discard the determination in case there's a worse one. So that's card 1. Card number 2, Big Ape. Definitely. Let's discard this to cancel that one. That was so worth it. Number 3. We're just going to take 1 wound. With that 1 wound, we are going to push the morale down. That's number 3. We only have 1 more. We found a helmet. You have found a rusty and damaged but still usable Conquistador helmet. Keep this card. Starting next round, each time a player fights a beast, they can ignore 1 wound. Whoa, that's cool and totally useless at this point. I'm going to push that morale down to 0 because our Explorer took too much damage, but that was our 4th one of these, you guys. That's amazing. We'll then move to our weather phase. Let's give this a roll. Okay, we have a total of 3 rain clouds. Unfortunately, our roof level is still only 1, so that means we're going to lose 2 food and 2 wood. That might be brutal. And we're going to lose 1 to our palisade, which is fine. 1 to our palisade, no problem. 2 wood, though. And 2 food. That means we only have 2 food for the night phase. Actually, I think we're okay. We'll have the Explorer not eat, and we'll have the Cook not eat. Both of those will go down. The Soldier and the Carpenter will each have 1 food, so we'll be okay. We are at 0 morale. We're fine. Okay, all we have to do is get through the event phase, and we can actually win as long as we get the 2 wood from our location. We've got 1 wood already in the supply. We should be able to build that boat. First things first, we'll move to round 8. Let's go ahead and grab that bottom card. Oh no, what is this? Next time, work more carefully. Crack. Draw another card. -1 to our palisade. We don't have a palisade, so we're all going to take 1 wound. I still think we're okay. We are going to go down 1 on the morale track because of that, but that's it, actually. We'll discard this card, and we will grab another one, and we're going to have to place out some ash. I don't even care about that. The wood you gathered is, what is that, is useless. If possible, discard 1 wood. That just made us lose the game. That card literally just made us lose the game, the termites, because now I will not have enough wood. If the Carpenter had enough determination tokens, he could use 1 less wood. I cannot believe this card. That 1 wood that we have here, gone. Then during that production phase, we would get 2. We need 3 for the Jolly Boat. There's no way that we can gain a 3rd one and build it in this turn, and we're in round 8. We just lost. I, of course, should have flipped these just so you could see what it looks like. I loved this scenario, though. First time playing it, it was awesome. I know I lost, but couldn't have been a little bit any closer. I cheated, of course, on the first or number 3 tome. That's okay. Tried to make up for it last round. I still had loads of fun. I hope you guys had fun. I hope maybe now you can pull this out and play this scenario yourself. It is amazing. It is fun. It's tight. It's quick. Yeah. This game, what can you say? It's enjoyable. I cannot believe an event card is what killed me. The event cards are always the things that are the most brutal because you can't plan for them. But, you know, it's totally thematic, and I felt like we had a very thematic story on this island. We had storms, we had lava, we had clouds, we had tigers, we had apes. We found tons of different maps. Oh, that was fun. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will see you at the next stop.